for 6 years plus. It's not a small journey, but when nothing is coming forth, I need to just relax myself. Then I put my hope in God that God will wait after God answer our prayer. People are like celebrating God on my behalf. There is even one woman that is owing me. She's owing me money. I borrowed her money. Then, in the process of collecting my money back, she started insulting me, started abusing me, even her children. I cried and cried and cried.
You mean she mocked you with your situation?
Yes, serious one, in an open place. In fact, on the main road, to be precise. She was like, "Oh, whoa, Tomo, that me, I'm asking her for money. That instead of me to be thinking about to get a children, I'm looking after money. I'm asking her because she's owing me." I felt embarrassed. That embarrassment was just too much for me to bear as at that moment. Then at the same time, I told her with my cry that you are helping me to remind God, and I thank God because that same year, that's when God answered my prayer. Then when I saw her on the road, I greeted her. With shame, she will answer. She now started feeling remorse. I'm just appealing. God should connect me and my babies with our destiny helpers, because it's not an easy thing at all. I don't know how God will do it, but I know God will do it for us. I am Yoruba. I'm married to Edo. Okay. Edo man.
So we see that you have 5 children. That's a set of quintuplets. What was the journey like?
It's a tough one. Though I got married 2014, and we have been waiting on the Lord, waiting on the fruit of the Lord for a couple of years. Which after God answered our prayer, and when God answered our prayer, I went to a lab to run a scan, so that is positive. Then I go further to know how many months. So after running a scan, then we discover that it's 4. It's 4 babies. I say, wow, how am I going to cope? 4. I call my husband because my husband works in Benin while I work in Lagos. My husband was just shouting off and saying, how are we going to cope with the Nigeria economic? Though we are asking for this, but not as much as this. I said, well, that is what they told me. Though I don't know how far it is true. I said, well, let's be praying to God for safe delivery. And he said, okay, God will see us through. So along the line, when I went for my next appointment, on getting there, they run a scan again. And so it's no longer 4 babies they are seeing, they are seeing 5. I said, you told me 4 babies initially. I didn't believe it. Now you are telling me 5. I said, I'm not sure, guys. Like, you are not getting it right. You are not checking it well. I said, madam, we cannot be lying to you. We are seeing 5 babies here. They now turn the system to the monitor to my side. Then the doctor start counting the babies for me, that I should see this one. They are trying to convince me for me to believe that I'm carrying 5 babies. So when they show me the babies inside my womb and it's 5, true, I was shocked. As at the time I want to get up from the bed, I was just shaking. I was shaking seriously. So they are now trying to calm me down. Before I could regain myself, it took me close to 1 hour. Even despite that I'm inside where there is AC, there is fan, I'm still sweating. In fact, I don't know. So after all the doctors on duty that are able to calm me down, they talk to me that I should not think about it, I should just be more prayerful and all those stuff. I called my husband again. I told him what they told me. He was just crying on phone that, God, though we ask for children, but this is too much. This is too much. How are we going to cope? So you need to come over. You need to come to Lagos. That's it. The second day. So we talk about it, we discuss, we think on how to go about it. Then I start my antenatal proper. I make sure I didn't miss any of my clinic days. So from there, the hospital that I'm using, they now told me that because initially I was using a private hospital, they now said that they can't handle such because they've see the scan results. They say they cannot handle this. That I need to go to general hospital. So immediately I go back to general hospital to go and register for my antenatal there. And ever since then, we have been.
That was at how many months?
That was 4 months plus or so, maybe 5 months. 5 months. So I registered there, and then from there they start monitoring my case and all that. So December 2020, on the 8th to be precise, December 8th, I went for clinic that day. That's when all the consultants now called me. It's like they're having a meeting because of my case file. And I said that I can't go home today. I said, why? But I didn't plan to stay in the hospital. He said, no, I just have to stay. I said, because the bills involved, how am I going to cope? I'm not planning for this. Because per day is almost 10,000 naira for feeding and the accommodation. The drugs money is not there, injection is not there. Not to not talk of delivery money. He said, I just have to stay. He said, if I refuse to stay, then that means I need to put it in writing that I'm the one that wants to discharge myself, that I want to go. Then if I go, I should not just bother to come to their hospital again. I should find somewhere else to go and use. So I called my husband. I told him. He was even angry. How are we going to go about this issue? So to cut the long story short, I have to stay in the hospital. Then ever since then, receiving my treatments, and they placed me on one injection, Clezin to be precise. That injection per day is 3,000. At the point in time, they doubled the dose. The dose was now 4,500 per one injection that I'm taking on a daily basis. Then before I was put to bed.
Did you have the babies naturally, or was it a cesarean section?
You see, they even told me as at the time that I registered that they cannot allow me to push, that they are going to do CS for me. That I should not just have it in mind I'm going to push. So I've already prepared my mind for CS as well, since they've already told me.
You know, with multiple births, many people are used to people taking all sorts, maybe some treatments, some herbs or something. Did you take any at any point in time that could have made you have 5 at once?
Yes, I took a lot of things during the period of waiting. All these supplements, all these Clomid, all those stuff, but when I was taking it, just hoping on God that the thing for 6 years plus, it's not a small journey, but when nothing is coming forth, I need to just relax myself. Then I put my hope in God that God should have His way.
At the time you got pregnant, you were not even taking any medication, were you?
No, that time I've stopped.
You have stopped.
Yes, I've stopped.
And what did people say?
People are like celebrating God on my behalf, thanking God on my behalf, and then praying for me that these bundles of joy, that is a great task, that God will help me to carry my burden and all that. that God will send help out to me and all those stuff.
Okay. So while you were pregnant and in waiting, tell us, did you have any nasty experience? Did you get mugged or what was it that? Tell us some of those things that happened because this is Nigeria and we are used to women shaming women for their inability to
Yes, yes, a lot, a lot, a lot. There is even one woman that is owing me. She's owing me money. I borrowed her money. Then, in the process of collecting my money back, she started insulting me, started abusing me, even her children. Even her children, they started abusing me and all those stuff. But I cried and cried and cried.
You mean she mocked you with your situation?
Yes,
What were your
serious one,
words?
in an open place. In fact, on the main road, to be precise. Main road.
What was
so
it that she
people
said
gathered.
to you? What was it? What was that thing that she said?
She was like, oh Tomo, that me I'm asking her for money. That oh Tomo, that instead of me to be thinking about to get children, I'm looking after money. I'm asking her because she's owing me. I was not asking her for the money, that she don't have any money now. That she don't have any money to give me now. Then
How did you feel when she said this to you?
I felt embarrassed. Then at the same time, I told her with my cry that you are helping me to remind God that God, you're supposed to have answered me. You are telling God that God, you're supposed to have answered this woman before now. So, and I thank God because that same year, that's when God answered my prayer. Exactly what I told her, that you are helping me to remind God that God's supposed to have done it. I'm serving Him with my whole heart. You're supposed to have done it for me. So you are helping me to remind Him with your words now. And I know God will do it. And God did it. I told my husband, he was just trying to calm me down, that because for days I couldn't eat. Because that embarrassment was just too much for me to bear at that moment, that time. That period was a tough one for me. Tough one.
And has she seen you since you put to bed?
Yes, she saw me.
What was her
She had,
reaction?
initially she couldn't come near me. She can't even come to my house to come and even greet me. That congratulations. Then when I saw her on the road, I greeted her. With shame, she would answer. She now started feeling remorse. So if she see me once she sights me on the road, she will quickly run away, find another route to pass.
Did she even pay back that money?
No, up till now, she didn't. She didn't, up till now. She didn't. And I don't even bother to ask her because God has vindicated me.
So what were your in-laws like that period that you were in waiting? Was there any pressure for your husband to take the second wife or?
That one is a normal thing. We are in Yoruba land. But at the same time, when my husband told them that they need to engage in prayer, they need to join us in prayer instead of that motive that they are coming up with. Since my husband told them and they stopped, then they said, okay, God will do it. It's God that has power to do it. God will do it.
So with 5 children, tell us, how many girls, how many boys?
2 boys and 3 girls.
And their names?
Moses, Mary, Miracle, Moriri Oluwa, and Emoyi Oluwa.
So you did M's, the 5 M's.
5 M's.
So what is taking care of them like? What has it been? Taking care of 5 children at once.
It has been so taxing, because at times we look at everything and the way everything is skyrocketing in the market now, to buy their pampers, to buy their food. In fact, it's just God that has been helping us, because it has not been easy. at all. It has not been easy. So because we call on governments, they say that we should write a letter to governor and his wife, which we did. We hope till now we have not heard anything from them.
State.
Yes, Lagos State. Up to now we have not heard anything from them.
Were you visited by the governor's wife when you put to bed?
No, I didn't. No, I didn't see her. She didn't come.
Okay. So you mean things have been... Has your husband been able to get any other job, or still running the same job he had before the 5 children came along?
It's still the same job that he has before that he's still doing. It's
And
still the
you,
same
what do
job.
you do?
I work in a lab. So even as I time that I resume back to work, people are like, I'm not supposed to go back to work now because of these babies. I'm supposed to be taking care of them because as at that time again, they are falling sick, going to the hospital here and there. So they're like, I'm not supposed to leave them. They're supposed to still be with them, that they are too young for me to leave them and be saying that I want to resume work and all those stuff. But what will I do when there is help is not coming from anywhere? And to take care of them is not easy. So at least to compliment my husband, because the burden is just too much. You understand? So that's why I have to go back to
How many
work.
packs of diapers do you use in a month?
Like the one of 88 pieces, that one pack, and there is extra 4 inside, making it 92. So we use 10 pack of it in a month.
10 packs of the 88
In a month.
for, is it Morphix? What brand?
Morphix.
So
We
that
use
means
Morphix.
that's 920 diapers in a month
Yes. For 5 of them.
for 5 of them.
Yes.
And their feeding, how do you sort this? Did you breastfeed any of them at any point?
Yes, I breastfeed them till they are like a year plus. A year and
All
11
5?
months. Yes, all 5.
Wow.
All 5. A year to 1 month. I breastfeed all of them.
Wow. And what was it like? What was the experience like? Because I know nursing mothers often complain of, the stress, the energy. So how did you feel doing, feeding 5 babies at once?
That time I hurt a lot, because if I eat now, once they suck, in fact, once 2 of them suck finish, especially the boys, it will be as if I don't even eat at all. So I need to eat another food. Then I'm taking a lot of pap during that period. A lot of pap I'm taking, so that I can be having water in my breast to be feeding them with.
Okay. Not to sound ungrateful or something, but did you at any point in time feel like you could have just had God, you could have just given me 2 or 1 instead of this 5 at once?
Well, we are all human. We think about that, then immediately I change it to praise. Say, count it all joy. So at least I see them as the blessings of God. So I count it all joy.
So,
Instead of lamenting, I praise God.
so are there any plans put in place for them, or you live each day at a time, or one step at a time? Each day as it comes.
Each day as they come. Is when that is if person is financially
Miracle, what
buoyant,
is it?
you'll be able to plan.
Miracle, come here. Let me carry you. Ah, good boy. Okay, sit here. Yes. So it's one day at a time.
It's one day at a time.
Do you have something to say? Do you have something to say? You have a lot of energy. So with his kind of energy, how do you cope? I can see him running up and down, then the others too.
Yes, it's all of
Do you
them.
get enough rest? Do you have anybody helping you?
Yes, I have somebody that is helping me. She's the one assisting me.
Okay. So how, like sleeping? Are
Ah,
you even able to get rest?
sleeping, well, maybe 4 hours in 24 hours.
And have they been enrolled in any school?
Oh,
Have they been enrolled in any school? The quintuplets.
no, for now, because of the money involved. So we are still managing our sabaton.
Okay. So you agree that your life has changed completely, but of course you are grateful for these bundles of blessing and bundles of joy. Okay. But then, how exactly are you able to manage? Generally, as a woman, how are you able to manage?
Well, be managing just for me to adjust. Like, when you asked me earlier that did I get some rest, I said, well, 4 hours and 24 hours. Like when I can just quickly take a nap, I take a nap maybe like 10 or 20 minutes on the seats. You understand, if they are sleeping before. Once one of them wake up, all of them is awake. I don't know, maybe you noticed something when you came in. No, it's one that is awake before I open gate and come back. Three are awake. It's just these two that is still sleeping now. At times, if they are assuming they are crying, assuming we allow them to cry a lot, you see the remaining to the wake up. And once they wake up, we start the work all over.
Then by now, you've weaned them, so they're no longer being breastfed, yeah?
Yes.
What are they eating? You buy formula or what?
Yes, they are taking pap now. They are taking pap. They are taking milk, pap and milk. That's what they are taking now. Then golden more. At times, you see some people that dash us a golden more. They will just come there and they want to bless the children. Come and carry 2 carton, 1 carton of golden more. Once I carry it, we still use it to complement their food.
Then I see that the girls are wearing the same kind of clothes and the boys. Do you also do this all the time? Or
It's not all the time, you know. Uh, During the time that I gave birth to them, some people brought some clothes for them. So there are some that comes in a uniform.
hello, is that Moi?
Yes. Morire Oluwa.
Morire.
Morire.
Morire,
Morire.
come.
Morire. Prissy.
Okay, Priscilla, come here. Someone is calling mom. Okay, so go on, please. We were talking about the clothing.
So some people came to us with a different clothes. So
Okay, so people come, they give them clothes from
yes, not from time to time, but during that time that I give
them.
birth to them, yes, they came around
And
to
now that
bless
they are,
them.
how old are they now?
They are 1 year and going to 5 months now.
Since you gave birth now, like after the delivery and all of that, people have stopped coming with clothes. So how do you feel about that? When you're buying, do you still buy same for them?
Clothes, okay. We are talking about how to feed. So for now, they are still making use of what they have on ground. Nothing like buying clothes. They are still making use of what they have on ground.
And your parents, how did they feel about this?
He's happy. My mother is late. It's only my dad that is alive. And he's happy. He's happy for me. And every day he always encourage me that God will send help to me. That I should not think.
Has there been any history of quintuplets in your family or your husband's family?
Yes, in my family we have twins. In my husband's family they have twins. In fact, before I put to bed, there is one of my husband's sister that gave back to twins. Just before I give birth. So those ones too, they are like a year plus now. A year.
Angel.
Angel. She know that they are sharing biscuits.
Now go for hands.
Thank you. Thank you.
Okay.
So,
So you were saying your sister-in-law gave birth to twins before you had,
yes.
or,
Before I had my
or
own
no
baby,
quintuplets,
no, no quintuplets.
no quadruplets, no four babies either,
No,
or
no,
triplets.
no.
So
It's only twins.
you broke you're breaking the ground now, like you made history.
Abi, it is good work.
So do you, when they grow up, will you be considering having other children?
Ha! Other children.
This is Nigeria, they tell you
Ah.
that you forget the pain and all of that.
Oh, we are talking about the financial aspect of it. Even this one, we are still praying to God for God to see us through. That one is not in agenda.
So what is it that you have in mind? Like if there was an angel here at the moment, like,
Okay.
what is it that you ask for? What is that thing that you ask for if an angel is here?
Well, I will ask that God should connect me and my babies with the destiny helpers, with our destiny helpers, because it's not an easy thing at all. So I'm soliciting for help. Don't know how God will do it, but I know God will do it for us. So I believe God will do it. But God will not come down from heaven. He will send some people to come and help. So that's why I'm praying that God should touch people's hearts to come and help us. Then I'm calling on the good Nigerians to help us as well. I'm just appealing to the government, to the federal government, to our Governor Sanwo-Olu, and the good citizens of Nigeria, good citizens of Lagos State, to come to our help.
Okay, so you mentioned that your husband stays and works in Benin, Edo State. Am I right?
Yes.
So how exactly does this affect you? With the 5 children, how often is he around? How often does he come around? And
No, during the period that they were on strike, he was with us, and he also assisting me in taking care of the babies as well. But now he needs to go to his working place and some things that they are doing there, so that he can see to. But he do come home once in 2 weeks. That's before the strike. But now that the strike is on, he's always on ground to assist us.